G'day guys, and welcome to another episode. Now, a couple of months ago, myself, Gary, a mate of ours, Shuey, and a few people came down to the Dwelling Up region, Murray River, in search of a campsite big enough to fit about half a dozen cars in for a boys' trip. And amongst our searching along the river, we came across a few little spots down on the river's edge. It would be ideal for a 1 or 2 car weekender trip that I thought would be quite good to come down and film an episode and have a relaxing weekend around a campfire, because now we can actually have campfires. And who would have thought? It is almost the middle of May and it's 32 degrees today, so cop that. Coming into winter and it's still summer, so work that one out. So we got a few things to get through on this episode. We will sit down and have a bit of a chat about what's going to happen at the end of this year. I've also got some nice HFC chicken wings to cook up a little bit later. And you can see Gary's car there behind me. There's something on the back of that is a little bit different, and we'll tell you exactly what that is and why when we get to camp. Alright guys, time to air down now. Drop a bit of air out and head on down that dirt road and go and find one of these great little campsites. Alright, cheers. Down now, just gone to 28 in the back, 25 in the front, mainly just for the corrugations on the dirt roads. This is all dirt road until we get to a little bit of a bush track, and then there's a track that goes along the edge of the river that will take us down to the campsite. Now I did hit record on my HEMA when we were out here searching. I just can't remember where I hit record because there's nothing showing on my map just yet, but I'm pretty sure I did. So hopefully we'll be able to find this spot and we won't have to revert to Google Maps. But yeah, I'm sure I hit record. Now I'm not going to tell you exactly where these campsites are. Basically, half the fun is going out and exploring, finding places to go. We just happen to stumble across these campsites. I'm sure there are a few people out there that know exactly where they are, but I'm not going to give them away. All I'm going to do is tell you that we are heading down to the Murray River, and we're going to find an awesome campsite. So if I don't speak to you beforehand, we will speak to you at camp. All right. said campsite, so check it out. even got a rope swing and a nice little, oh, there's some stairs. Down to the river, which in summer would be a glorious little swimming hole, but I'm guessing it's probably cold about this time of year. Cool, alright, I'm going to set up now. This is Gary's first time setting up his rooftop tent, so I've got the camera on him, and let's watch and see how he goes.
Every time we raise the heat, farther, faster, higher, stronger. What seemed impossible to beat, someone is bound to make it look easy. Down from who we are, nothing great has ever come easy. There is no limit, how far can we go? There is no limit, how far can we go?
Alright, camp is all set up, so it's that time of day. Gary's already into it. What are you into? Yeah.
G&T, mate.
G&T. And this is going to be extra special for me, because I have not had a drink for a month, so I'm bloody thirsty. It's really hard not drinking anything for an entire month, you know that?
So you've been chewing on gum loops?
So cheers to camp being set up, cheers to a drink, and this is going to taste really good. And really frickin' cold. Oh, does taste good, but oh. Alright, we're going to sit down and relax, and then we're going to come back and have a bit of a chat. Sun in the eyes? Oh, a little bit.
Just a touch, hang on.
No, it's up there.
If I give it that, there you
Yeah,
go.
there, just hold it there, it's fine. Alright, cheers.
Cheers. Good health.
Here's to good health, good camping, good friends. Alright, so just a quick chat on, should we say the clickbait that I put up? I'm not one for clickbait, but I couldn't help it.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with clickbait.
No.
At least we tell them up front that it's thumbnails clickbait.
It's clickbait, like everybody else does.
Yeah.
Anyhow, what that is all about basically is it could be coming to an end of an era. Now, the end of the year, Gary's got some plans, as I have alluded to you beforehand. He is retiring. Well, by the time you see this, you'll basically be retired, won't you?
Well, depending on when this drops.
July.
July? Yeah,
July.
well, officially I'll still be working, but we'll get into that at a later point in time. But let's just say the working career is getting very near to the end.
Yeah, so towards, basically he's due for retirement in July, but with long service and annual leave and all that, he won't actually retire until the end of the year, which, so we have our big trip that we've alluded to, the long way across, coming up in September, which Gary will of course be a part of it, but something else is going to happen at the end of the year. You want to let everybody in on it?
Okay, so long and the short of it, like Paul said, he has alluded to it and things will change. I've I've known Paul for a very long time, and actually since the inception of PFA, Perth 4x4 Adventures. Paul and myself worked together for a while, and obviously we had four-wheel driving as a joint interest. Yep. And we used to go out of a Friday afternoon with the blessing of our state manager.
You did.
And basically that's where Perth 4x4 Adventures started. It was Paul's gig right from the word go. I was the tag-along member, but we've been together since the inception. And
I reckon I could count on one hand the amount of trips you've missed.
Well, there's probably probably 4 or 5 that I've missed over the journey for various
reasons.
reasons.
You'd be scratching it to get 5, I reckon.
But pretty much everything, and it is nearing its conclusion for me. Without going too far into it, at this point in time, like Paul said, I'm getting very, very close to retirement. I'm the wrong side of 65.
I thought you were going to say you're getting very, very old then.
I don't like to say the old word.
We're all getting old.
Yeah, we're all getting older. But anyway, I'm the wrong side of 65. I'm very close to retirement. The actual original plan was for me to retire very shortly, but with tax purposes and all of the bits and pieces that we won't dig too deeply into, I will still be employed for potentially up to another almost 12 months. But that doesn't mean that I'll be working just because I'm employed. Long service leave, annual leave, all of the bits and pieces, and the whole tax jig will take us through. But my world changed a little while ago in a relationship with I'll pat myself on the back with a much younger woman. But anyway, we won't go too deeply into that. And like we say, things change, things evolve as we go. Now, I'm originally an Eastern States person. I come from New South Wales, and my partner also comes from New South Wales. And it was, do we buy a house over here together and live here in Western Australia, which I love, or do we go back to where we come in New South Wales? Now, at this point in time, it's not set in stone, it's not 100%, but it's 90 to 95% that we will be moving back to the Eastern States, which will happen early 2026. Obviously, if that is the case, I will no longer be available to go out with Paul on a regular basis. I have actually committed to our annual big trip. The first one we did was Great Southern Land. The second one we did was Long Way Up. This coming September, we're doing Long Way Across from Steep Point to Byron Bay. Obviously, next year there will be another quite large trip like that, which I will commit to. No matter where I am in Australia, we'll come back and we'll join up for that.
Just have to meet him halfway. So
yeah, and that's
in the middle of the desert somewhere.
Yeah. Hey, look, we'll meet up in the Googs track or something. We'll do that again. But anyway, long and the short of it, I won't be a week-to-week proposition like we currently are now, which is very, very sad for me because I've enjoyed absolutely every minute of coming out, not just with Paul, other members of the crew, past members. For long-time watchers, you will have seen Ben, Dylan, Brad, Holly, Andrew, Anthony. We've had other crew members come and go.
Don't forget Paul, because he'll get upset.
Sorry, Paul P. He's a current member. So there's been other crew members, but basically Paul G and myself have been the nucleus of PFA. And like I said, it's Paul's baby. He does all of the bits and pieces. I'm technically challenged. So none of this filming stuff, none of that happens with me. I drive the car. If they break, I fix them. That's me. But anyway, that is coming to an end, which will be very, very sad. I will still be involved at least once a year on the bigger trip. And my plan is, obviously, when we do move over to the Eastern States, I would still like to stay involved. Obviously, I will stay involved in the four-wheel drive industry. We're quite lucky to have a remote partnership with Mud Ducks from New South Wales. So again, my plan is to catch up with Steve, because we won't be too far away, and potentially negotiate a companionship, shall we say, with mud ducks.
Steve doesn't know this yet, but he is a channel member and he will get to find out before you guys do. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Steve, this is news to you, but okay, I know you'll go with it anyway. I'm a lovely guy. Hey, look, deal with it. So anyway, that's basically the rough idea of what will be happening with me. Obviously, if those plans change, which is highly unlikely, but if those plans change and I were to stay here in Western Australia, I would not be leaving the channel. I may not necessarily be on as regularly as I am now, because there's other family commitments, but I would think that probably 80 to 90% of our trips I would still be able to take part in, and be a regular on the channel. But this isn't clickbait, this is 100% gospel. I sincerely doubt that will be the case. I really do believe that I will be moving over to New South Wales in 2026. So yes, I know there's still 6 months before we come to an end, so you'll still see this. Well, I was going to say ugly mug, but that's not true. God, I'm good looking. Just ask me, I'll tell you. That's modest right. As well.
You just did.
So I'll still be involved in everything that we put out for the next 6 months, which will probably take us into release footage probably to around about February 2026.
Go into next year.
But let it be known, the very last trip that we go on will be a private trip, obviously. But prior to me going, I think we might, I don't know, I haven't run it past him yet, but we might even see if we can't get a little bit of a meet and greet to some of the long-time members and just catch up and reminisce on some old times, and just maybe, if that happened, we might get some footage of it. Not guaranteeing you that. Like I say, it's just a rough plan. I've got a lot of rough plans in my head, but as you will know, if you've been watching us for the last, how long now, 5, 6 years?
I still have to do the sums in my head, but I'm thinking 7 to 8 years.
So 7 to 8 years. So people that know me for the last 7 to 8 years, I'm the master of changing a plan. This one isn't going to change.
No. Because
it's not me that's actually making this plan. I'm in agreement to it, but I'm not driving this plan at all. I'm just I'm the typical passenger on this one. Sit down, shut up, hang on, and let's see where this ride takes us.
We better leave it at that before you get yourself in trouble.
Well,
you're digging a hole and it's getting deeper.
I'm already going to be in trouble, but like I say, I'm such a catch.
So on that note, there could be a few changes to the channel coming up in 2026. Will I keep the Was Solo series going? Is it worth it, given that a lot of the videos will probably be me solo anyway? I'm not 100% sure. Or is there another Gary out there? God forbid.
Oh, I got me doubts.
I got me doubts too, but if there is, God help us. But if there is, send me a message. Maybe you could join us on a few trips and become the new Gary. Who knows? Who knows who's out there?
Well, you're never going to get as good looking as me.
No, that's for sure.
But having said that, yeah, if you like four-wheel driving, if you can fix shit that breaks,
and if you can come on every frickin' trip, give me a message.
Yeah, if you can come on every trip at short notice, give him a bell. Of course, at the end of the day, and this is going to sound soppy, he's a pretty cool dude. And you won't find a nicer bloke to go away camping with and have a real good time. Right. His only downfall, which really suits me, is when you're away by yourself, come 8 o'clock, it's bedtime.
Yep.
Because trust me, you're up early in the morning.
That's it.
Anyway, guys, look, I know it's probably a little bit obscure for you, but I just wanted to take this opportunity to let you know that I've enjoyed every single minute of every episode that we've released, and every minute of episodes that weren't ever released. And we'll miss it desperately when I do leave. So I really appreciate your support and all of your kind comments. Thanks, guys.
Right. And we will come back and address the other elephant in the room very, very shortly.
Oh!
Smoke in my room.
All right, the elephant in the room that I alluded to earlier is, of course, what you may have seen on the back of Gary's car. Now, Gary has always been a simple camper.
Oh, yeah.
He basically rocks up at camp. First thing out the back is the chair. Second thing is a drink.
Yep.
Sits down, and about after everybody else is set up, out comes the ground cover, out comes the stretcher, out comes the swag, table stove, and as Gary would say, job done.
Absolutely.
But there's now something sitting on the back of his car that doesn't look like Gary.
No.
Doesn't look like something Gary would have at all.
Well, let's just say it wasn't necessarily a decision that was made by Gary.
Oh, here we go again. But it may have something to do with the long way across.
Yes. Okay, so I'll try and really condense this down. Originally, I was not going to be taking the Triton on our long way across journey. It was going to be a 79 single cab. That changed. So anyway, without getting too deeply into it and making this drag on for an hour and a half, the decision has now been made that the Triton will be going on the long way across journey, which is from Steep Point to Byron Bay, pretty much straight across the middle. So my simple aspect of it, swag, stretcher, even the stretcher was luxury. There used to be swag on the deck.
It took me ages to convince you to use it.
Yeah.
You bought one, but you didn't use it.
I bought one and I thought, yeah, this might be a bit of a waste of money, but hey, stretchers, fantastic. Anyway, long and the short of it, again, I've got a point that I can't blame myself because I never do anything wrong. I travel a lot with a, shall we say, passenger princess. And it was recommended to me highly that we get a rooftop tent. So basically, I was told to get a rooftop tent. Anyways, long story short, I had a look at it and I thought, well, fair enough. Now I'm taking the Triton. I want something to be able to set up very quickly, pull down very quickly, that's going to have a level of comfort, and also provide a little bit of shelter, because everyone knows if they watch this channel, I don't even run an awning. Like if it's raining, I tuck myself under pools. Hey, why pay for something that I can use this? So anyway, long and the short of it, I bought the rooftop tent. Well, first off, I bought a tub rack and then I bought the rooftop tent to put on it. And this trip here is its maiden voyage. It's the very first time that I put it up and it was relatively easy. Putting it on the vehicle itself, just here to tell you, when they say you can do it by yourself, no, you can't. But anyway, that's beside the point. So anyway, I've put the rooftop tent up. I can't tell you how good it is or how not good it is, because tonight will be the first night that I'm sleeping in it. But having said that, putting it up for the very first time, mate, under 5 minutes, easy. Absolutely easy. And it's one of the fold-up ones. I didn't get the hard shell cover ones. And I've been up in it. It seems relatively comfortable, but proof is going to be in the pudding. One thing that I have noticed, I've had that rooftop tent on the back of my vehicle for 2 weeks. Now, really, really quickly, anyone that was looking at getting a rooftop tent, I know me, it's gone on the vehicle. I'm too lazy to take the bugger off, so it's going to be living on that vehicle 24/7. I used to average, just on my normal day-to-day drive, 9.1 litres per 100 kilometres, right? And that's just in your normal. That's highway, that's average per 1,000 kilometres that I do every week. I've had that on the back of my vehicle for 2 and a little bit weeks now. And what it has done is it's impacted my fuel economy by exactly 10%, right? I've gone up by basically 1 litre per 100 kilometres. And that's not just reading it off your gauges that's in the car. I'm talking that's kilometres per fuel that's gone in. I mapped it out and I thought people may be interested in that, because realistically, I do 1,000 kilometres a week, right? So now I'm averaging 100 litres a week rather than 90. And in round figures, $1.75 a litre or whatever it happens to be. You do the sums on that. That's an ongoing cost because I know I'm too lazy to take the bugger off. It's as simple as that. So I didn't think that was too bad. 10% is probably not too bad. Everything else, nothing's changed. The weight of the tent was 35 kilos. The weight of the rack was 41. So all up, we're talking 76 kilos, which is really insignificant when we're talking about on the back of the dual cab. So just a little throwaway on that. My biggest concern, hey, old bloke, middle of the night, need to get up to go wee-wees.
Yeah. So when I hear a thump in the middle of the night, and that's Gary falling out.
Yeah, well, that's what I said to Paulie. If you hear a loud shout and something go thud when you hit the ground, come and help because that's me. That's me falling out the rooftop tent trying to get up for a leak.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. So there you go. That's the elephant in the room. Now we're going to spend the long way across levelling Gary's car so that he can have a good night's sleep.
Well, funny you should say that, but I've actually bought a spirit level.
Oh.
It's magnetic. Sit on that tub rack, and my eyes aren't that great, so I'm not leaving it to eye. I drive it up, have a look at spirit level, sweet, and we're good to go. And again, that's and I'm not bagging it out. I haven't used it long enough. But I was always against a rooftop tent because with a stretcher, you get out, you throw your stretcher up anywhere. Hey, near enough's good enough. That suits me. Whereas with a rooftop tent, you kind of do need to get relatively flat ground on it. So we'll see how it goes. But like I say, if it's a fail, if it's more trouble than it's worth, it's not my fault.
And I think we'll leave it at that before he digs himself yet another hole.
That's all right. No, won't see. She won't see this until
July.
ages.
Yeah, you've got a bit of growth. All right.
Okay.
Next time you see us, I'll be cooking some deep fried HFC chicken wings. So looking forward to dinner.
And I'll be having spaghetti bolognese.
Which he cooked last night or this morning.
No, I cooked that this morning. I'll be heating it up tonight.
All right. Cheers.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys, it is that time of day, time to cook some dinner. So I'm going to do some HFC chicken wings. So basically some chicken wings, some HFC and some panko crumbs mixed together. 2 eggs, beaten. Sorry, eggs, didn't mean to beat you. And some plain flour and a teaspoon of HFC. There's 3 teaspoons of HFC in there. There's one in there. For those of you that don't know what HFC is, it's Harry's fried chicken. So that's stuff that makes you sneeze. So I've just put some oil in the pan there. I've got all that ready. I'll drop the chicken wings into there, into the egg mix, into the panko crumbs, into the oil. Fry them for about 9 minutes, and then we have fried chicken wings. And I've got some crusty bread over there that I'm going to eat them with, and I've got a couple of sauces to go with them too. So we'll get them cooked up and I'll show you what they look like. All right, oil's been on for a little while now. I've just tested it. It should be good to go. I'm just going to turn the gas down a little bit. Dunk some wings in the egg wash. Dunk them in the HFC panko crumb mix. I have tried these at home double crumbing and it was a little bit too powerful, so I'm just going to go with a single crumb. Drop them in. They are sizzling away already. I might have to do these in batches. Oops. Spillage. 2. We'll do half and half, I think. There we go. We'll put those in and then we'll do the rest. Alright, take these out and put the next batch in. Oh, look at that. All fits perfectly in there. Alright, so there we go. Wings all done and rested. Now I've got some, what's this stuff called? Thai sweet chili sauce, which I'll put on the board there. And I've got some smoky barbecue sauce, which I'll put on the board there. And I've got some nice crusty bread there, and we'll just quickly feed the camera and then we'll give it a taste. There we go. All right, let's try the smoky barbecue sauce first. Hey, bread. They're a bit hot. Alright, let's try a bit with the Thai sweet chili sauce. That's better. So good. Alright, I'm gonna hoe into these, sit near that thing and enjoy. Alright, if I don't see you beforehand, we'll see you in the morning. Oh, good morning, guys. What an awesome morning. It's not a breath of wind. It's a bit cloudy. That's supposed to clear up today, but what an awesome spot. The only downfall with this spot would be the noise of the conveyor belt. Now, there is a gold mine in a town called Boddington, and there is a conveyor belt that runs the bauxite, which is the side product of the gold mine, all the way down to Wagerup, Alcoa, where they refine it and turn it into aluminium, or as you Americans would say, aluminum. And that runs 24/7, except when they're doing a bit of maintenance on it or something like that. So that was going all night. You can hear it humming faintly in the background. It's not loud, but you can hear it humming in the background. So if you like a little background noise while you're sleeping, it's probably an ideal spot. But they did turn it off somewhere around 4 o'clock, and then they turned it back on again and cranked it up really high, so it was revving its guts out. So must be doing some maintenance on it or something. But yeah, it's about 50 odd kilometres long. I'll look it up. I'll put it down on the screen, or I won't, because that's what us annoying YouTubers do. We tell you we're going to put it on the screen and we don't. But yeah, all right, not in any rush to get out of here. Yesterday was Friday, so took the afternoon off work, came down here, had a nice relaxing evening around the fire. Those chicken wings were awesome, I tell you. So yeah, just a casual cup of tea this morning, bit of a chat,
cook up some breakfast, and then we'll slowly pack up and make our way out of here and probably be home by lunchtime. So the beauty of this place is only an hour and a half from home, so it's not that far, and the campsite's not that bad. There's a little bit of toilet paper lying around which we will pick up on the way out, but yeah, it's actually not that bad rubbish wise. But yeah, nice and peaceful this morning, I'll give you the tip. Alright, I'm going to enjoy my cup of tea by this glorious river, and might go and make some breakfast. Alright.
What, you filming me having my health food breakfast?
Absolutely, mate. Usually just me that sits down and has breakfast. Not very often we both do it.
Very, very rare do I have breakfast other than coffee and a cigarette.
This is going to get messy. This could end very badly.
My room and pillowcase on my bed.
Alright guys, well that is pretty much it. We have finished with the dirt, and behind me there is the bitumen. Now they do say the adventure begins when the bitumen ends, and I guess the adventure ends when the bitumen begins. So there you go. That is it for this episode. What I said yesterday about if there's anybody out there that would be interested in joining me on my adventures once Gary has left for his retirement on the East Coast, please drop me a message. We'll have a chat, see what we can do. But, in the meantime, you're going to air these vehicles up and head on home. So just like to take this opportunity to thank you guys for watching. Hope you have enjoyed this episode, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.